Okay, so I have with me the Nicehck Rockies. This is a single DD plus 2 BA plus 2 EST tri-brid IEM. Inside the box, you get a bunch of different accessories like this carrying case, as well as a bunch of different tips inside their cases. These tips are going to be important for tip rolling, as I'll get to in a minute. As well, the cable on this IEM is a 2-pin cable. It's a pretty standard cable, though it does feel quite nice in my hand. And the jack is interchangeable, so you do get a 4.4mm jack as well. As far as the IEM itself goes, this is what it sort of looks like. So here's the shell. Honestly, it's a pretty standard resin shell IEM. It reminds me a lot like the Dunu Da Vinci, so nothing too unique or crazy there. The nozzle size is a bit large at 6.2mm, but I did not really have an issue with the fit and comfort. It feels okay in my ear, but obviously I would like it smaller like usual. So out of the box, my first impressions of the Rockies was not very positive, and that's because it comes with these gray stock tips, and I find that they didn't work for me at all. I couldn't get a very good seal, and it made the bass sound somewhat shallow to me. Like the drums, for example, sounded like they only had 50% of their full resonance and depth. So instead, I switched over to these Clone AET07 tips that came inside the box. They are pretty standard tips, but they allowed me to get a deeper fit, and it helped fix a lot of my issues. It didn't make the IEM much more bassier, but it definitely helped bring back a lot of the impact that I was expecting. With that fixed, then let's take a look at the graph. As you can see, the Rockies is a fairly standard new meta-ish tuned IEM. Is nothing you haven't seen before, and in fact, if I line it up next to the Mega 5 EST here, you can see that both IEMs are very similar, with the difference being a little bit less bass and a bit more treble in the Rockies. It's this treble elevation that makes me consider the Rockies to be a bright tilted IEM. This has the impact of making the mid-range sound a little bit cool and the bass of course a little bit lean, but I think the overall tuning of this IEM does work out well for the style that the Rockies is going for. The key then is in how well did the Nicehck tune the treble, and I think they did a great job here. It's what I would call unapologetically bright, but still very well controlled. It has brilliance, it has shimmeriness, it has a bit of splashiness, it has a bit of air, it has a bit of sharpness for those transients, a bit of those crispness, but it never sounds harsh or peaky to my ears. The best way I can describe it is that it's water that's just about to boil, but it hasn't yet. So it's just right on the edge of simmering. And that's something I think that's really unique with this IEM, and something that I haven't really heard from too many other IEMs in the market. As far as those perceived technicalities go, I think the imaging is quite good. It's very clean, and that goes hand in hand with a pretty nice, somewhat open sounding soundstage. There's an extra hint of clarity and resolution because of that treble extension. Some might call it fake resolution. I wouldn't go quite that far, but you know what I mean. Yeah, so overall, I would recommend the Nicehck Rockies. I think it's an IEM that's really gonna serve a group of people who are looking for, a proper, neutral, bright IEM, and I don't think there's too many options in the market to serve that.